So we received photo updates from Bramble's caretaker and driver from the minute he was taken from the shelter and throughout his journey to Wyoming. And one of the best moments was seeing Bramble eagerly walk from the shelter to the car that he would quite literally take to a new life. It was as if he knew something different was happening this time, as he jumped into the back of the car only to stick his head out of the window and what looked like smile and say, "Bye guys."
Oh, good boy, Bramble. Good boy. Yeah, you're free. Oh my gosh. Okay, here goes our boy, riding in style. There he goes. Woohoo! There's Volunteer Gary.
Talk about a happy boy and some very happy people waving him on.
Volunteers, Brittany, Alex, you guys are awesome. Gary, you've been incredible. Ricky and Dee, you've exercised. Our boy Bramble, thank you so much. I'm so overwhelmed. Thank you.
By his first night out of the shelter, he was already acting like a completely different dog. We discovered that outside of the stressful distractions present at the shelter, he was very eager to behave and even listen to commands.
Hey, you want some hot dog? Do you want some more food? Sit. Sit. Good boy. Good boy. You're a handsome man.
His entire demeanor changed from hyperactive to focused, curious, and excited. And his first night on the road, he even decided to sleep with his driver in a comfy hotel bed, play with some toys, and enjoy life outside of a cage before finishing the last leg of the trip. Now let me remind you, this was a dog that was set to be euthanized due to his shelter-induced, partly overly aggressively behavior and a lack of adoption or interest in him therefore. So seeing photos and videos of Bramble along his journey to freedom, acting like the happy, much kinder dog, was probably one of the best feelings I have ever experienced in my life. But nothing topped his arrival to Kindness Ranch in late winter, where he was greeted with some winter snow, freedom, and comfort in a place where he could never again be placed on a red list.
Oh, running already. You're running so good already.
I know. I don't want to anymore. I was amazed with him in the motel.
It was not long after his arrival to Kindness that he was also able to adjust to his new home and work with dog behaviorists to help train and heal any remaining stress-induced aggression. And around this time is when I got the call from John, informing me that he and the team at Kindness decided that with his fresh new start, Bramble needed a new name as well. They chose Nayati, which quite perfectly is Hindi for destiny. And what a perfect name for a new beginning it was. Nayati is a completely different dog now that he's out of the shelter in Long Beach. And in a way, I too feel it was my destiny to help complete this rescue mission, as it opened up so many doors of new knowledge, friendships, growth, and fire in my bones to continue doing what I can to advocate for fostering, adopting, and just getting animals off the red list. So Nayati now enjoys expansive areas of land to roam at Kindness and to play in. And some of his favorite things to do are to play with his toys and the other rescue dogs at the ranch, something before he could not confidently do. He enjoys chasing bubbles of all things, napping, running in expansive areas of land, and time with his caretakers. So to say that Nayati has come a long way is an understatement, not only in geography, but in behavior, trainability, and love for open spaces. And while he's perfectly able to live out his life in the beautiful flowing hills of Wyoming, he is also still available for adoption. However, adoption into a home where he can continue to have areas to play, love, and the proper training and care he needs to enjoy his new life. Now, John regularly sends me updates of Naotti to this day, and the feeling I get when I see his furry face pop up on my text makes even the hardest of days better. This rescue mission taught me that there are good people in this world and that even the most problematic of dogs or cats deserves a chance at life outside of a shelter. One where they can be given the chance to be their true selves, free of overstimulation, misled labels, receive training, and most importantly, not face a death sentence. Now, my hope is that Naotti's story has educated you more on the reality animals in shelters often face and the complicated process of getting them out, all that could be reduced simply by adoption. I hope that all of this has furthered you to desire to adopt, or to at least share the importance of adoption with your friends and family. And if you can't adopt, fostering is a huge help to open up room in shelters and to provide these animals with less stressful conditions so that they can put their best foot forward for adopters. Because right now in the United States alone, shelters are overflowing with animals, just like Naotti, who are in need of rescuing before their time is unfairly up. And I can attest firsthand that the love you will receive from a rescued pet, whether a cat or a dog, is unlike that of any other. So individually, guys, each of us can make a huge difference in the world of an animal, but collectively, that will make a huge impact in shelter numbers across the nation. So I just encourage you to do a little research before adopting a cat or a dog on basic care needs so that you are prepared and confident in choosing your next best friend. And consider that animals outside of shelters might behave entirely different once shown the love and freedom that they desire, as Naotti showed us. Find out where your local shelter is, ask them how you can help or volunteer if you can't foster or adopt, and if nothing else, be willing to advocate and share the stories of animals in need like Bramble's, aka Naotti's, when you have the opportunity. I just want to remind you to please never underestimate your influence. And also remember, please share what you learned in this story with all you can, because the more we can educate ourselves about the realities of shelter animals, the more we can create change. So if you would like, head on over to Instagram and give me a follow at Brittany Ray, where I try to post as much animal advocacy and helpful motivation that I can throughout the weeks. And thank you most of all for believing in your power to make a difference in the life of an animal.